do you mean who's that? We're live, by the way.
Oh.
What do you mean who's that on my thumbnail?
Who is that?
Not me.
Obviously, but who is it?
Not me.
Oh.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Friday evening. The end of the week celebration is here, and it's not going to be the last stream of the week. Well, it depends when does the week start? What day is the start of the week? I've always thought
there's a whole song about it, and it goes.
I was on the edge of
Does
my
it start on a Sunday or a Monday? How does the song go?
I've always said a Monday is the start of the week.
Okay, so it goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Each day different and every day new. We used to sing that in primary school.
Did you?
With our legs crossed and our arms folded and eyes forward.
Oh my God. Welcome back to the end of the working week for a lot of people. Let's put it that way. Normally it's like the last stream of the week, but tomorrow and Sunday I intend to be doing some Twitch streaming where I'm going to be building myself, I think, some of these cheeky chappies, some corn berserkers, and hanging out on Twitch to talk to you beautiful people. So there will be more streams over the weekend. ! Twitch if you want to hang out with us whilst I do some hobbying. First thing tomorrow morning I have to go and drop some bits off at the studio whilst I've been clearing the garage out and bring my my spray booth back so I can come back and get some of these stuff base coated, because we've started prepping a miniature for some paint. But I also need to pick up some more Mephiston Red and blah. I'm excited for a hobby-based weekend this weekend. Hopefully a bunch of you will come and join us. I need to smash some serious Twitch hours in, because I am well behind this month. I need to do 20 hours a month. So far, I've done 2.5.
Oh, you're behind.
Yeah, I've got to do some Twitch grinding over the course of the next week or so, right? So we're going to be smashing it in hard over the course of the weekend. Get like 10 hours done. Boom. Love it. Hang out with me. I'm going to be building some World Eaters, kit bashing them onto bases. I'm going to be hopefully getting some spray painting done at some point. Eldar, Deathwing, World Eaters, pick one. No, phrase, I have to do all of the things all the time. I want all of the things. I don't want to pick one. I want to do all of the things. All right? Leave me alone. I'm having fun. It's my hobby and I'm enjoying it. Fuck you. Anyway, let me know what you guys have got planned for your weekend. If you're new here, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you have decided to smash all those magical YouTube buttons for us. You've hit that like for us. You've hit that subscribe for us, etc, etc. Thank you so much for doing that if you have already. We are going to talk about some 40k based stuff. We're going to talk about some hobby based stuff, because that's why we're all here. It's what the channel is kind of based upon. However, if you are new here, be warned, it will likely tangent into random conversations, chats, laughs, giggles and rants about all kinds of things that life can throw at you, okay? So it will start talking about hobby stuff. It will inevitably not stop at hobby stuff. It will move on to all kinds of other different things. So I wanted to be a bit... I've actually had a very good week. I've been exhausted. I've been incredibly tired, but I've actually had a very good week. So Sunday I spent in London hanging out with some of the gaming YouTubers of the world who I follow. That was good fun. Monday, I did a bunch of COD streaming on Vag. That was good fun. Tuesday, I had James in from Siege Studios, and I filmed the first pre-recorded episode, which I need to edit. That was incredible. We had a great game on Tuesday night with Brom, which was last minute. It was amazing. Wednesday, more Vag streaming for lots of hours and a good 40k show in the evening. Thursday, a great Liam and Joe show, a meeting with GW in the morning in the studio, an epic game last night, which was one of my most favourite game streams we've done in a very long time. And then today I've achieved a ton of admin. I've organised a load of bits. I've organised a load of hobbies. It's just been a great week. It's been a really positive week. So I wanted to end on a bit of a high. Now I am conscious that if I had said Games Workshop are the most evil corporation in the world, and here's some evidence as to how they kick puppies, I probably would have 7,000 people watching live. But I don't want to do that. I want it to be positive. So what I want you guys to tell me is what your greatest ever hobby achievement is. Now, the beauty of it being a greatest ever hobby achievement, it doesn't specifically have to be this hobby that we're all hanging out for. You could talk about anything that's hobby related and tell me your greatest ever hobby achievement if you want to. The reason why I picked this topic is because I don't think I have one.
I definitely, I'm yet to stick with a hobby long enough to achieve something.
If we take the channel out of it, because that's kind of work now rather than hobby, but if we take the channel out of it, because I'm incredibly proud as to what we achieve with what we do for charity, with the Discord, with the community, with the shows, with the studio. I'm incredibly proud of what we produce in terms of videos and streams and stuff. If I take that out of it, and I think about just my hobby achievement, what am I incredibly proud of? And the reason why I bring this up is because I had, like I said already, I had James from Siege Studios, the owner of Siege Studios, in the studio on Tuesday. And we were talking off camera and on camera a little bit, actually, about things, awards, accolades, things that people have won. My image that you asked right at the start of the stream is of, I think the guy's name is Chris Curtis, the 2022 Slayer Sword winner at Golden Demon. So when you go to Golden Demon, there's multiple different categories, and you can get bronze, silver, gold in each of the categories. What they also do at the end of the day is they take all of those categories and they go, who was literally the best on the day out of everything? And that person wins the Slayer Sword. So it's a coveted prize because it's the gold of golds, okay? One of my close friends, Martin Waller, has himself a Slayer Sword. He won it, and it's an impressive bit of kit. And imagine being the person on a competition painting day when everybody who's there is there to win a trophy or try and win a trophy, and you're the one that wins that accolade. That means you are the best on the day.
That's amazing.
That's an incredible hobby achievement. And I had to pick a picture of someone else because I don't have one. I don't have a greatest ever hobby achievement. So what I wanted to hear from you people, stick them on big colourful postcards. Amy will read them out. What I want to hear from you people is, what is your greatest ever hobby achievement? It doesn't have to be as epic as and impressive as a Slayer Sword or even a gold trophy at Golden Demon. Just something that you're proud of. Because I said to James, I want to get better at painting. I'd like to even one day be one of those armies at an event that's considered for best army. Don't even care about winning it. Just considered would be enough at the moment for me to be like, I did an all right job.
I think I have a thing I'm proud of.
Oh. I mean, I hope you have more than just one thing you're proud of. A hobby-related thing that you're proud of?
It's well, needing to eat is a human need, so it can't really be a hobby because you can't really not do it.
I've seen some people where eating is definitely a hobby, Luce.
But learning to cook home-cooked food isn't necessarily my hobby, but I am proud of the thing that I've never been a person that can have lots of spinning plates going on at once.
Yeah.
But actually, I've found out that I am a little bit, because I can have 4 separate things going on in the kitchen without feeling overwhelmed. And I used to have, my life was full of timers. If I tried to do that 2 years ago, I'd have to have several timers on the go. And I've gotten better at achieving food that's not burnt, food that's not still frozen in the middle, food that's almost as the picture looks.
I can't do that if I'm cooking one thing.
So I'm proud of that, because lots of women can just do it, and I've had to practice doing that to be able to just do it.
That's amazing. I
say, how sexist of me. Lots of people can do that. I'm so sorry to the wonderful men who can cook.
I just don't really have something that I have as my greatest hobby achievement. I don't really... I mean, I guess we could talk about the channel. We could talk about the community that we've built, the Discord server. We could talk about the highs and lows, and the fact that... One of the other reasons why this topic came to mind is because I had James from Siege Studios on Tuesday said I had GW come in, the community relations manager, come in on Thursday. Both of them walked into the studio. Both of them were like, "Oh wow," and that's a little bit like, that was me. I mean, it wasn't. Rusty made it, but it was my idea at least, right? That was quite a hobby achievement for me, I guess, because it is my work and it is my job, but it is hobby related.
Mine is, despite being a foul-mouthed muppet, technophobe being mod and respected by you lot. Means loads and part of a nice weak community. Thanks.
Dave, you soppy fuck. I love it. Thanks, mate.
You're our favourite Muppet.
Yeah, you are our favourite technophobe Muppet. And also, Alfarius Omegon, thank you so much for becoming a member all by yourself. I'm getting an actual itch to paint some things, chat, right? I am getting an actual itch to paint some things. So that's the goal tonight.
Kai's got a cool one.
Okay.
Breeding some of the rarest aquarium fish for conservation purposes was pretty good between aquarium nerds.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
That's
and
fucking
actually,
cool.
If we're talking about breeding, we thought we bought 2 female bearded dragons 13, 14. No,
it was
not
a long
that
time ago.
Yeah, maybe not quite 13. Maybe it was actually because we were married.
So it was the middle of my army career.
Yeah.
And this year I've been out of the army for 10 years.
And
so maybe like 14, 15 years ago.
We thought we bought 2 bearded dragons, and I can't remember if you were home or not. You might have been on exercise. I can't remember. But we found out they were not 2 female dragons. One of them was a boy because the head bobbing and the flaring and the black beard and all of that.
Yeah, so I do the same things.
So, so I got in touch with someone I knew who could help me, and she gave me tons of advice about how to help a dragon and the eggs and stuff. And I thought the dragon had miscarried all the eggs until I put her in the bath because her tank was getting a bit stanky, so I'm going to clear it out. And I swept some sand and uncovered a whole clutch of eggs. There was 21 eggs in total, which was a huge clutch for her first go. So I incubated them, and out of the 21, I think 10 of them were completely fine, and one of them had a broken leg because I accidentally dropped it because I didn't know they could jump. So we called that one breaky. But I got 11 eggs out of 21 out of the first clutch to the my friend who had a reptile pet shop, because I cannot keep what would then be 13 dragons. I can't do it. So that's
it's not Game of Thrones in here, people.
That was a pretty good achievement.
I ran a 15-week-long crusade in 9th edition. It started with 10 people, but I had 8 people left over at the end. The big achievement is getting 8 people to play a game every week and record it.
That's a fucking incredible achievement, Drop Dead Dave, to be quite honest with you. Getting those people to do those games, honestly, that's amazing. That's really, really good. That's awesome. Daryl's in as well. Daryl says, his greatest achievement, where is it? I've lost it now. My terrain designing business is my hobby as well as my business. And if you ! LCA right now, there is a link to his Kickstarter. You guys have smashed it, by the way. Absolutely smashed it, by the way. So, amazing. Thank you so much. And talking of smashing it, thank you, Neil Woody. Neil Woodall. Woody? You got a friend in me. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, you absolute legend. What a hero. Canonos Marcy, thank you for 5 more. Look, at people actually do want to see me paint. Who knew?
I'm going to walk her around because she's...
I also said to the Thanes today, they were joking about dyeing my hair blonde about something. I can't remember why. I said, I'll do it if we beat the membership record.
No, you're not. You're not going to do
it. We won't beat the membership record, so it doesn't matter.
Just don't make these promises. All you do, babe, is you let them down and you take a step closer to being a bad boyfriend.
But
don't do it.
It's a safe bet. It's a safe bet.
Anyway, I'm taking her for a shit. I'll be 10 minutes.
That's because she's looking at you like she wants to go out for a shit.
She's giving me the eyes like,
giving you the stank eye.
Can you hold it?
Is martial arts considered a hobby? If so, my greatest achievement is gaining my first degree black belt along with my son.
That is a fucking cool achievement, but I suppose along with your son is amazing, by the way, Colonel Savannah. What a hero. That's an amazing achievement. I consider it a hobby. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. You bunch of legends. I started the rumor that Stu Black was numerate and competent. That's my hobby. Still got this fucking horrible cough, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed. It's not as bad now as it was before, thankfully. But yeah, thank you so much, Carlos, Marcy, Nildy, for the 10 gifted. Between you, the 5 each, you people are amazing. I love you very dearly. Thank you. I built a whole world from scratch for D&D for shits and giggles, created my own world maps and created my own magic system. That sounds amazing. My other hobby is shooting sports. Last year I was first in 3 out of 4 categories. That's incredible. Look at you talented people. For me, I'd be raising a few £1,000s for mine through 40k tournaments, though most of that credit goes to the fantastic community that donated. You still facilitated though, Gotkin Gaming, which is amazing. Making paint, says Carl. I think I'm getting an itch to. We'll see how many people want to see it. Right. In the summer, I shoot trap. Last year, I got my first 50 straight, which is 50 targets hit in a row without a miss. Amazing.
My armies always have a narrative scheme in the paint and build. So far, every time I've gone to play games at my local shop, people go, "Oh, that's cool."
That's a pretty cool achievement, Toby. I'm a fan of that. That's the thing that I really miss.
I think you should be proud of fostering an incredible 40k community.
Oh,
my biggest achievement is having painted over 3,000 points of both Tau and Orcs.
Over 3,000 points of Orcs is impressive. That's amazing. I wrote 2 books. 3,000 points of orcs is lots of models. That's amazing. Thanks for 10, Evan, as well. You're a hero. I am proud of it. It's just hard to call it a hobby achievement, I guess. The channel... I guess the channel is the greatest hobby achievement because it was my hobby. It's turned into a career that pays the bills. And yet remaining something that 95% of the time is something I still really fucking enjoy all the time. You know? Genuinely really enjoy all the time. Like, it's stress, but it's a good stress. Does that make sense? I often feel like I often talk about the channel and the game, and not the game, the business as stressful and hard work, and sometimes I feel like there is perhaps a perception that I don't enjoy it. But do you ever feel like there is bad stress and good stress? Because I feel like there's bad stress and good stress, right? So bad stress is stress that makes you unwell, like genuinely unwell. It means you don't look forward to getting out of bed. It means you don't look forward to going to work. It means, do you know what I mean? Whereas good stress is, I'm stressed, like it's hard work and there's a target to hit and there's challenges and there's deadlines and there's money I need to make. But I actually really enjoy the challenge and I enjoy the process. I enjoy my job. I get up in the morning happy. I don't struggle to get out of bed anymore. I look forward to work. So I feel like there's a good stress and a bad stress. Maybe there should be 2 different names for it. Maybe there is 2 different names for it. But that's where I am, and I feel like it's a good stress. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like it's a bad one. So I don't want you guys to think, you say it's an achievement, but you fucking moan about it a lot. That's not the case. It's not a moan. It's just, I just try and keep you informed as to where I'm at. And, you know, I'm hoping that in 2, 3, 4, 5 years' time, we have a bank of staff, and perhaps some of the responsibility doesn't fall down to me, and the stress lowers a little bit while still enjoying the process. But I'd imagine, having spoken to James quite a lot on Tuesday, that stress never actually really goes away. Imagine that stress kind of stays forever, and you're kind of just always a little bit stressed, right? Jill was wearing a blonde wig, walking naked in front of Jill while she was dressed as the Shame Nun from Game of Thrones. And we could do that too, Kev, if you want, I don't mind. Actually painting 3 models out of 3,000 points of Dark Angel, slowly getting there. Good man. My proudest moment is winning Best Sportsmanship for 4 months in a row, says Lehman Russ. That is a fucking incredible achievement, Josh. That's amazing. That is amazing. My proudest hobby achievement is the friendship that it has created between me and the guy that got me into it. That's amazing. Blonde Liam would be the love child of Valrak and Mikey. Step forward, Mick Rack. Fuck you both. Both people I don't want to be so. I'm joking. They're both amazing people. Both amazing people. For individual achievements, I've won a GT at Warhammer World, which was also the first time I visited. That's incredible. Never won a GT. Highest position I've come is 4th or 5th. Never podiumed. Healthy and unhealthy stress. Yeah, I guess, kind of. Absolutely. Yeah, it's like building muscle. You need to push yourself, but it's different to going too far and training yourself, kind of.
My greatest achievement isn't hobby related. It's convincing a woman that is much hotter than you would expect someone like me to date to marry me 30 years ago.
That's an achievement there, right? One of my biggest hobby achievements is finding Cornet Ed. What a fucking legend. Ed Flay, probably in boxing, counts as a hobby since I barely made any money. Above the victories, I say the fight that I lost closely, but it was predicted to lose in the first round by KO. That's incredible, though. That's an achievement. I don't have any hobby achievements. It's all good and fine, but I'm not patting myself on the back for any of it. Well, you can, though. You can. I did win Best Painted Army once at one more. That's amazing, Dal. I'll pat you on the back, wee man. You were like one of our go-to rules guys in Bat Report streams. That's an achievement. If Wee Man put it in the chat, like, it's probably true. Probably true. There you go. I'll pat you on the back. Best achievement, me telling my dad to leave me to it while building my first Airfix model. He couldn't understand the instructions. I was 5. That's amazing. I want to build either a Caterham, okay, or a Westfield, but the 80k technical knowledge at start summoning blocks. Right. The technical knowledge, as an engineer myself, the technical knowledge isn't that bad, Kai. You are a smart individual. It is evident. Technical knowledge isn't that bad. You would probably better work it out. The 80k, however, is a bit different. That's quite the stumbling block. But I'd love to build a Caterham. 100% I'd love to build one. And I absolutely think I could. But I don't really have 80k. I have 80 quid half the time, you know. I can eat spaghetti without leaving dinner medals. I can eat a donut without licking my lips and rub a tummy and pat my head at the same time. No, you can't. There's no way you can eat a donut without licking your lips, Dave B. I don't believe it. I'm calling loose fact. I'm calling bullshit. One of my greatest life achievements is to get on the wagon and stay sober for the last 9 years. MH777. That's amazing. Congratulations. Well done, dude. Genuinely well done, dude. My greatest hobby achievement was starting. I was never artistic as a kid, and putting that first brush in the first model was huge. Now I have about 30,000 points of painted models. Yeah, I'm not artistic. I'm not artistic at all, but you know, there's something incredibly rewarding about it, though, isn't there? When I used to do it quite a lot before the channel. It's weird. I used to do more hobby before I had a YouTube channel. PayPal link in the description for his racing career. I can pat myself on the back that I can read. That's just about. There you go, wee man. We've got something, haven't we? We can go halves if you like. I'm into it. Let's do it. I also ran 20 tournaments in a year once. Felt burnt out by the end of it, but it felt good to give everyone the chance to play in regular local events. I helped Factorum run a bunch of tournaments. That was an achievement in itself. That was hard work, but it was definitely rewarding. Cass is a grey name. How shocking. I'm happy to go halves if you can anyway. I just haven't got the money for it now. So if you want to front the whole lot, and we'll go halves eventually, you know. Not sure being a pain in the arse on Liam's channel counts as an achievement. Cass. Being a pain in the arse and having us all want to keep you around is an achievement, sir. There you go. There you go. Is that enough? Oh my lord. I have other achievements. I guess when I was younger, when I was, what? I don't know, in my mid-teens, I guess, so sort of between the ages of about 14 and 18, roughly. I used to compete as a hobby, not as a career, obviously, at that age, in the martial art known as judo. Hence the original early days, everyone used to judo chop all the time. Ugh. And I do have a number of medals hanging in the garage from my time competing in judo. I guess this, if I come away from the tabletop hobby, I guess this kind of counts as a big achievement. I have 2 or 3 gold medals in the Hampshire Championships, which means best in Hampshire, basically. And I competed for the county in the Southern England Games. It was a bronze.
Painting Magnus and Lion using War Hipster tutorial.
That man is a machine. I watched a Duncan tutorial earlier, right? I watched a Duncan tutorial earlier for painting World Eaters, and it started off. He's like, spray it Mephiston red. Good, okay, cool. And then painting, I can't remember what the something Runelord brass. Okay, cool, good. So that's 2 GW colours, and then like basically everything else was 2 thin coats, and I was like, ugh. One of the things I love about Warhipster's tutorials, Taby, is the fact that he just uses Citadel colours, because that's basically all I have. I have a couple of sprinkled like Vallejo colours here and there, but predominantly I just have Citadel colours. And one of the reasons for that is I'm one of those people that's like, I need to do a red army, or I need to do a blue army, or I need to do a green, or whatever. Right? So what I do is literally drive to my local GW, the only place locally that sells paints, and buy paints. Yes, I'm buying paints at full price, and that's probably a bit silly, but it also supports my local GW, and they're amazing people. So I go there, I buy GW paints, and I come back, which means I end up, the majority of my paints are GW paints, right? So at that point, I want to find guides that use GW paints, and I don't like is that just me though? Are you lot people that are majority Citadel paint people, or are you like majority who gives a shit? I order paints from Element, and I order paints from I don't know, wherever else, not Warlord, Wayland or whatever. Duncan learned from GW that painting vids are a great way to promote your paints. I mean, they are. They absolutely are, 100%. And I don't blame him for, like, I absolutely don't blame him for. By the way, to be clear, I have no issue with Duncan using his own paints in his painting tutorials. I would do exactly the same. In fact, I probably wouldn't have used any GW paints. I would have just used my own paints and be like, hey, look, you don't need to buy GW paints. You could just buy 2 thin coats and it'll do the same thing, right? So I have no problems with it. I don't have any issue with it whatsoever. I'm just kind of like a little bit put out that I'm like, oh, I don't want to go and buy all these other paints now. Right? Is it just me though? Am I just being a bit precious because all I have is Citadel everywhere? Or is this kind of common? It looks like a majority Citadel, mostly Citadel, GW Paint Gang. I use Army War Paint because it's close and cheap. 100% Citadel here, 90% most. So, okay, so it's not just me then, the good. This is why I use a paint rack app for colour conversions. Oh, what? There's an app? It's Wipes, his voice makes me feel like I'm warm and cozy. Davey, by the way, thank you for the gifted as well. We're up. This is, with 25 minutes gone, this is slower than I'd like. I use a variety of paint and need to put it all to use. I use whichever paint fits the theme I'm going for. I mean, I like blacks. Okay, so blacks. I have an Army Painter matte black, which is the only black I use because I just prefer it. Better coverage, nicer paint, smoother paint. I have an Army Painter matte black. Some of my metallics, a lot of my metallics are, I've got Necro Gold, which I think might be Vallejo, I'm not sure. I've got Chrome, which is Vallejo. I think they're just nicer metallics overall than the GW ones, personally. But on the whole, if I needed to paint something new, my local hobby shop, genuinely at the moment, this might change when Hobby House launches, but my local hobby shop at the moment is GW, so I go and pick up GW paints. My paints are probably all sludge because it's been that long since I could get enthusiasm to paint. Fair enough. Duncan's paints are one-on-one colour matches of GW anyway. He has conversion charts. Does he now? Jacob, thank you for the gifted. And Mordy Hammer, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. You amazing human being. What a legend. Look at that. We've jumped. We've doubled immediately. Double or quits, chat. Double or quits. What are we doing? Double or quits. Vallejo metal colour are the best metal paints. I agree, Kai. 100% agree. Absolutely agree. They are the best metal paints.
Greatest achievement was setting up a Warhammer group in my little Welsh border town 18 months ago. Shitloads of new GW nerds to game with, smiley face.
I like that. Set it up. Prof from all the new players. Dow's Kickstarter's at double the goal now. Yeah, I know. I've got it open in front of me right now. His Kickstarter is currently at £1,526 of 750 required. You people smashed it. It's amazing. Necro Gold, is that scale 75? It is scale 75. That's the one. It is scale 75. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Amazing stuff. Green Stuff World has some cool paints. So this is the mixed colours for cool effects. Drop your a screenshot in Fanes when you're finished. Oh. Oh, of the app. Oh, okay. But anyway, thank you, Mordy, for the 10. If you've got gifted a membership from anyone in chat, please say thank you, because these people are literally throwing their money to give you an option to look behind the scenes, should you so wish. So please say thank you. Exclamation mark Discord, like Gaz has already done for you. Make sure you get yourself in the Discord server, hang out, connect your YouTube to Discord so you get full access, and you go, oh, I quite like it. I might be a member all by myself in the future. I actually feel like this is worth paying for. Please, everybody who's using gifted memberships, please decide it's worth paying for. Please. Please. Because I need you. Rummer Clock is Shepso too. Oh, look at that. You just know because of the things that are available to them, alright? I could talk all day about paints. I really want to start doing it this
Evening.
year.
First time catching live. Sorry I'm late.
Plops of corn, you don't admit to... Right, okay. We'll let you off this once. Okay? Because you've super chatted, so thank you so much for the 2. You're a legend. But we never admit to being late on the stream, because otherwise we impose a 5 gifted membership fine to people who are late. Alright? Now you super chatted. We'll let you off this once. So, you know, this conversation is like watching paint dry. Thanks, Lasercar Architect. Everyone cancel your pledge. No, I'm joking. Don't do that. I'm trying to get into painting again. Bought an airbrush as well. Yeah, I need to go pick up my airbrush booth tomorrow. So I can start. I dug out when World Eaters came out, right? Over the course of the last couple of years, I became quite a realist. And when World Eaters came out, I said to Joe, look, mate, I do not paint quick enough to get a World Eaters army ready for the channel. So do you fancy painting a World Eaters army? Thankfully, it's chaos, and Joe was incredibly excited. So he said, yes, absolutely. And I said, we have to have it red, not black. And he went, beautiful, okay. So I gave him, it crushed me, it genuinely crushed me. GW sent us through a box of 8-bound, a box of Berserkers, Angron, a Lords and Juggernaut, which was obviously going to be Lord Invocatus. So basically one of each of the new kits. And it crushed me because I handed it all to him. Didn't open it, handed it all to him and went, I can't. Because I knew if I opened it, I wouldn't want to hand it over. And if I didn't hand it over, it was never going to be ready for the channel. World Eater is one of my top factions, as I'm sure you people are all very well aware, right? So I handed it all over to Joe. When they came out, and this is obviously start of last year, I then bought a bunch of stuff myself. This box was bought last year when they were released, okay? And I started my own project, and I bought a bunch of custom bases from a company called Unreal Wargaming, which you can find on Google. Not sponsored, it's just they do the nicest resin bases out there, in my personal opinion, although there isn't as many options as there is for some other resin companies. So I bought a bunch of custom resin bases, and I wanted to make my own World Eaters army on my own custom resin on the custom resin bases, right? And I started building these bits back when they were released years ago, and I had absolute joy putting together the new Berserker kits on the custom bases and making them all work. And I had this idea that I was going to actually have my own World Eaters army that I'd done just for me, all by myself. And the worst thing about the worst thing about this channel, the worst thing about being a GW previewer, and this is a 100% first world problem, is that it's very easy to jump onto another project, to get distracted, to see something new come out. We were also playtesting at the time, so I knew things were coming out well in advance and all that kind of stuff.
My accomplishment is getting my Space Marines painted and battle ready after years of slow painting.
That's a hell of an accomplishment, Warhammer. You're a legend. So well done, dude. Well done. So I like, it's very easy to get distracted, think of the new project, move on, blah 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 blah, you know, all that kind of stuff, right? It's very easy for that to happen. So I've hobbied less since owning the channel than I did before I owned the channel. It's fact. Before I owned the channel, I'd paint models and I'd paint armies. Since owning it, not done. Never done. You know? So one of the absolute joys I've got recently out of this is I've been organising today, and I was organising through the week, and I found all these models that I started building over a year ago. Well, no, just under a year ago now, right? Just under a year ago, I found all these models that I started building and converting onto these custom bases, which for some of the running Marines that are in these kinds of poses, it's actually quite difficult to convert, because you have to find a way to chop all the shit off the feet and stick them to the base without actually chopping the feet off, and using sand to kind of hide some of the errors, etc., so they still look natural on fancy bases. And I'm really keen at the moment to actually get brush to model for a change. Now, I had decided I was going to challenge myself. I wanted to go for a huge hobby achievement, which was painting a full World Eaters army, and I decided to challenge myself and do the heresy scheme and paint in white. And I've sat and thought about this today, long and hard actually. I spoke to the Thanes about it in the Only Thanes WhatsApp chat as well. I'm not going to do them white. I'm going to do them 40k red, and I know I already have a red World Eaters army, but if I do them white, it will not take long for me to make a mistake and fuck it up, and I won't want to pick it up again, and I won't want to share it with you people. If I make a mistake on red, it's significantly more easy to correct that mistake. Okay? So we're going to go red, because I want to achieve this. I want to get brushes out. I want to paint World Eaters. I want to paint something, actually. Fuck that. And at the moment, my enthusiasm is stuck firmly in 40k at least, with Dark Angels and World Eaters. So I'm just leaning into that, right? I try and spread it all out. Element loaded dice, Magic Madhouse and GW. I've got Army Painter Air, Vallejo, AK, Pro Acrylic. Got Fnatic on pre-order, but mostly have Games Workshop. That's amazing. Got loads of stuff. I use the hobby, use more oils and enamel. Some of the effects are mind-blowing. Yeah, people do better things than I do. Mine will be a predominantly Citadel colour scheme, if not all Citadel colour scheme, bar the black, pretty much. Yeah, absolutely. Hobby-wise, I got my 7-year-old son into Warhammer 40k. He now has 1,500 points of Necron army that he painted. The base and contrast himself. I did the touch-ups and small details. That's amazing. A 7-year-old with 1,500 points that he painted himself.
Oh, that's awesome.
Incredible. Isn't that amazing?
It's freezing out there.
Is it cold?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you said you were feeling cold anyway, so.
Yeah, it didn't help.
Paint Drakari with 1,000,000 edge highlights. No, fuck that. No way. No way. I did a 30k Wild Eater scheme for my Space Marines. You're probably doing the right thing going red. I caused Mikey to collapse. I was the third person watching his channel when it triggered his... What the fuck? Inoculophobia. Fear of crowds. I can't shift this cough.
It's the 100-day cough.
It fucking doesn't want to be a 100-day cough,
You've
Luz.
got the 100-day cough. And we all get to hear about it for 90 more days.
Oh my lord. I'm struggling to get these years and to get my Necrons out to paint again. Need something to give me the spark. Get Eddie on. I'll get Eddie on, right? That'll help you. Let's see if this Kickstarter's gone up anymore. We did exclamation mark LCA earlier. Oh, boo, no. Alright, we've peaked, Daryl. We've peaked, mate, alright? I'm also stuck on my World Eaters. What are you stuck with, James? Talk to me. I'd be laser cut. Just watch Liam and then know that you can paint and build fast and a slow sloth in a fast than a slow. I can't read that.
Greatest achievement is not quitting on Mightcock after GW moved a lot to Legends or just flat dropped units. Now just waiting for weapon points again.
Guys, thank you so much for the 5. That is an achievement. It's very easy to throw our toys out at that point and just, you know what, fuck it. It's actually understandable, dare I say. Although I misheard that. I hadn't read it because when anyone super chats now, just let Amy read it to me, and I heard greatest achievement is not quicken on my cock.
That's what I heard. I had to double read it.
Yeah.
Maybe she thinks it's a silent D.
De cock. I think she just said de cock.
Never underestimate the power of spaces.
Yes.
Between your letters.
I did white with my master execution. Well, I'm pleased with the result. End result, it was an utter cunt. Let's go ahead. Okay, cool. Amazing. Amazing. Looked at doing well. The thing is, I really want to paint them, but no one wants to watch me paint them. No one. Guy, the last thing I painted was a huge scathing, screaming bust. Amazing. Trying to get myself painting again. I just need a shove and time. Time's a big thing for me with painting. Like, I know people that they'll have an hour and they'll sit down for an hour, paint, and then carry on. I can't do that. I need more than an hour. I have to have more than an hour. Minimum 2. Minimum 2. Just the building is always a grind. I like painting way more. I find the building easy. And I have got 10 Berserkers built, 3 8-bound built, and you'll notice, I don't know if you can see. Can you see? See that barrel? Drilled. And I built some Exalted 8-bound on fancy bases. Look, we've all got the fancy bases. Yeah, I just need to get my airbrush booth. Amy read that allow for us as well, even though it was only a $5. Yeah, no, she's turned on for all prices at the moment, Gaz. Super chats, January and January start of February died. So we lifted the restriction. So we put the restriction on for it being 10 or more, not to make people pay 10, because that wasn't the intent, but it was because we were getting so many like $2 super chats, $2 super chats that I would sit here and just flat get interrupted all night. And the content became a bit kind of broken because she was constantly interrupt. And that's why we put the limit on. Now, most people now would prefer to go down the route of gifting memberships, which is fucking incredible, and we're incredibly grateful, and we would rather people did that. So the constant super chatting kind of slowed down quite a lot, and so it wasn't too much of a problem. And then more members happened, and the super chats were like this and this and this, until it got to the point where there was just kind of no super chats. So I was like, okay, now I feel like we can lift that restriction again. Okay.
It's also difficult to keep up with all the £2 ones because they fly through, and then if you miss one, you don't want to upset anyone, but people would get upset, and then you'd have to go through them again and find the ones you
yeah,
missed,
I want people to feel like they've got value for it, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much, Cornet Ed, by the way, for the 5 gifted members. You're a legend. I love you. It might be because I'm building 40 Berserkers and it's rough trying to mix up the poses. I don't think I'm going to try and mix up the poses that much, James. The list I'm working on, which categorically tournament-wise is absolute dog shit, is 30 Berserkers, and I think I'm just going to build them. Muck around with the arms a bit maybe, but just build them, ultimately. My Saturdays are eaten up taking daughter to dance. Yeah, but that's worth it, right, Stephen? Absolutely worth it. Building Terminators at the moment. 17 plus parts for each, and I'm indecisive. It's impossible. I spent last weekend cleaning and basing resin Chaos Dwarfs, 40 Mon miniatures, and 5 Skyboar Chaos Dwarf characters, including Lord and Taurus thingamabob. I bought them in 2016. Amazing. Amazing. That sounds quality. 2016, pick up the project again. A lot of these bases, so I found all these literally this morning, and I was hovering over the button on Unreal Wargaming to buy them because I was like, I definitely had them. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I only bought 10. I thought I'd bought more, and like past me would have just bought them again. I was like, no, I need to find them. I've got them somewhere. I found them all this morning. I was so happy with myself. So happy with myself. Get some pictures in the gallery. What's of?
Zenka 14. Last year I challenged myself to paint 365 models and ended the year with 373 painted models.
That's
Whoa.
300 and...
I know what you're going to say. Oh, Friday night maths.
That's 364 models more than me. No lie. 354 models more than me. Well done. I picked up a fine cast resin model and I've just started it and I'm already regretting it. Just burn it. Just burn it, honestly. Just get rid of it. Fine cast not worth it. Absolutely not worth it.
I loved cock still. Preferred cock to any other thing.
No, she just doesn't say the D. She just doesn't say the D.
It's truth hour over here.
Despite what she's just read out loud, she seems to not like the D.
It's a silent D.
Yeah, she doesn't love the D. Thank you so much for the 2, Carl.
Like a thief in the night.
Thank you so much, James, for 5 gifted. Yeah, it's happening. It started again. Good. I'm currently working on a long-time hobby goal of mine, finally having a fully painted army. That is everyone's hobby goal, pretty much, right? I am building and painting trolls and squigs for my fantasy gobbo army. The old world definitely revived my love for painting. That's brilliant. Plops for corn. You can exclamation mark snipe me, all one word, by the way, if you want to.
Great name.
Plops for corn.
Yeah.
Hobby slog. Mine this week is pushing through my FEC flesh eater quartz for tomorrow's delivery of Asheran. He's a cool model as well, isn't he? Street Spirit, thank you for 5 gifted. Plops of corn doesn't need to exclamation mark snipe me because he's now got himself a membership. That's wonderful, team. There we go. Look at that teamwork. Hands up if you're a grey name in chat. Thank you for the 5 gifted, Street Spirit. You're a legend. I like the fact that I don't have to update it anymore.
Yeah.
That makes my life much easier now.
Why are you looking at your phone? We're here for you. All of your attention.
Because I was just checking the Saints score.
But you don't need to know the Saints score right now. It doesn't affect what you're doing on YouTube. Why are you looking at your
But
phone?
I wanted to know the Saints score.
Don't make me confiscate your phone.
You're not confiscating my phone. I'll batter you with my mug.
No, you won't.
Last year, I wanted to set a painting goal of 1 army, and I ended the year only having painted 7 models. Son of Olympia, I feel you. I feel you. I just finished writing my Skaven clan lore. Clan Brecht will rise again. Quite proud of it, actually. Amazing. We should have like an army lore section in Discord. That'd be cool. People can share their own individual lore. I'd like that. I'd be into that. We should do that. We should open that up in Discord. Someone remind me when I'm not on camera. But yeah, we should do that. We should do like an army narrative. Unless we've already got it and I'm just misremembering. We should like an army narrative section. That'd be cool.
Actually, now you mention it, I think there might be.
Oh, is there?
I think there might be.
Ooh, Son of Olympia, thank you for 1 gifted. You're a hero.
Stop it, Sean. No one cares.
2-0 Saints. Up until Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. Up until Tuesday, Sean, they'd gone 25 games unbeaten this season. And then as of Tuesday, they lost, I think it was to Bristol City. And now they're winning 2-0 again. Back to winning ways.
Leon's only a small part of the channel. We all just talk without him involved.
Facts. You're just glad Saints are winning this year. Makes a change. You can get banned for that last part of that sentence, Stephen. All right. You can get banned for that last sentence, that last part of that sentence. All right. That being said, I don't want promotion because it is actually nice winning games. We have an army narrative thread in Discord. There we go. Just stupid.
Yeah,
Thank you for the gifted.
I thought there was a chat about it a little while ago.
I try and read everything in Discord, but I'll be honest with you, I don't read the thread names. I just click on the thread, skim it. Yep. Click on the thread, skim it. Yeah, it's very hard to keep up with. There's a lot going on. My goal was to finish my Necrons, kill teams, and make good progress on my Soulblight. How many people, 161 people in chat, how many people like kill team? We're thinking about bringing it in as pre-recorded content that you could probably consume in your lunch break. How many people would be interested in that out of genuine, like out of interest? Anyway, just Jupiter, thank you for the gifted. You're a hero. What a legend. Football talk, EU. Yeah, we won't do it for long, don't you worry. My goal is to we've read that one already. Stephen, I thought he meant me then. No, not you, Stephen. One about the one who put the PUP at the end, and I won't translate it. If you know, you know. It's worth a ban, that, Stephen. All right. I just finished painting my initial 12 Bretonian Knights of the Realm, all with their own individual heraldry colours. I'm pretty proud of them, even though they aren't winning any awards. That doesn't matter, though, right? That doesn't matter. Enough. I didn't ask for numbers, chat. I'm just saying who's interested. Kill team is great. Poll 1s or 2s. No, we're not going to do that. Interested. Played 2 games. Not for me. I love it. Okay. Can you do bolt action and not Necromunda? No, I want to do stuff. I want to do stuff that people are actually going to watch, Stephen. That's the problem. Yes, Kill Team. It's a good game. Haven't played it personally, but down to watch. I've heard the numbers on it are quite good right now. Look at all these grey names that are showing up, chat. There's still grey names. Still grey names. Take aim. I like it, but it makes boring battle reports, even if it's pre-recorded and edited well. Seriously thinking about it, my biggest hobby achievement would be the thousands I've spent on minis in the last 10 years or so. 5 Heresy armies, 4 40k armies, 5 Old World armies, not one painted. That wasn't where I thought that was going, Ozzy. I'll be honest with you. I really like Kill Team, don't play it enough. Painting the new Kill Team Scout Squad right now, but never actually played Kill Team. Played a couple of games of it and gave up on it. Oh, really? I just picked one up as I'm interested in starting. Not a fan of Kill Team personally. Kill Team and Necromunda. Necromunda's a lot more in-depth though, isn't it? Kill Team's easy for us right now because we have so many 40k armies, we can just play Kill Team. Only if Joe does voices for all the models. Deal. Kill Team would have to be pre-recorded. Agree, Gaz, 100%, because you'd need to get in and see what models are doing and stuff as well, right? 100% it would do, yeah. New edition is due this summer, most likely, of Kill Team. Really? Of Kill Team? Skippy, thank you for 10 gifted. We're climbing slowly, chat. Player does the best, it's still just okay. Okay, interesting. Have a look, not for me. Mixed it seems. We'll give it a go maybe and we'll see what we can do with it. And if it fails and it flumps, we stop. But if it does fail and it flumps, we've invested some time, but we already have the models. So it's kind of a less risk experiment, you know? I do not like to have a go at painting all the 40k products that are out this year. As in, all the ones that are out or the ones that are coming out this year. Because if you know something I don't know, I want you to message me. Unless it's in boarding action battle reports. Boarding action has kind of died a little bit though, Nit, unfortunately. Because it was kind of a bit predictive. I'm not convinced pre-recorded is the way for battle reports right now, but that might be me. I'd love to see lunchtime Kill Team stream. We put a camera in close, but we still get the fun of the team. That's the key though, Stick Monkey. The content's going to be key, right? Pre-recorded in general for me right now is kind of dead in terms of battle reports, at least. Which is why my first piece of pre-recorded content going up is going to be the new interview, and then after that we're going to be doing more product reviews like codexes and stuff. We're going to be bringing those back, but in the studio rather than sat here. The problem with sitting here and recording here is it's hard to get to a point where I can sit here and record here. So as a lot of you know, we home educate the children. So Luce and the kids are in and out of the house. They've got groups, they've got meetups, they've got park meets, they do education, they learn, they use the laptop, which is at Luce's desk. So for me to be able to sit here for an hour to an hour and a half of absolute silent, undisturbed time and record a review is actually quite difficult. And I don't want to interrupt their flow on what they're doing. Kids' education literally comes first. But now with the studio space, the intent is going to be that at 10 o'clock in the morning when the NDA lifts, we will have pre-recorded content, which is a review format, similar to what we were doing before. I don't want to do man opens book, man reads book, because that's fucking dull to start with. So we're going to be bringing that back, and we're going to be bringing talk show content back with guests, right? And what I'm thinking about doing with the talk show content with guests is bringing in people from the community potentially as well to sit and talk to us. So yes, we're going to have people like James from Sieging, and we've got people like Peachy that have agreed to come on, and we're going to try and get big names in the community to come and do shows. But again, I feel like a Thane benefit, we're doing the behind-the-scenes live studio audience. Well, if we say that they come in on a Tuesday, which is hard for people, but if they say they come in on a Tuesday, we could do a pre-recorded talk show episode with a Thane. They get to be on YouTube as part of their behind-the-scenes experience, and we could talk about their hobby journey and their experiences. It'll be nice to hear from relatable people that aren't just internet superstar type person, right?
Yeah.
Because it's pre-recorded, it's low risk.
Because if they make us swear.
Because if they say something they shouldn't, it gets edited out.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right? And that's another benefit and a bonus that we could do for people. And I like the idea of putting real people on camera. The thing is with the podcast, this is going to sound really harsh, chat, but I'll be straight up and I'll be honest. The thing is with podcast content, if me and Joe are sat there, if the person's a bit fucking beige on camera, we can carry them. It's quite easy. With a battle report where it's one-on-one,
yeah,
if someone's beige on camera, it's very hard to carry them. Right? It's just really difficult to get that flow going. It's easy with a podcast if Joe and I are there together. So we're thinking about doing that as well. Because I Stick Monkey personally, I agree with you. I think pre-recorded battle report content for me has had its time in the sun. In my opinion. Can I say I want to teabag Joe on stream? That sort of stuff. I mean, you've seen the channel. That sort of stuff's perfectly acceptable, right? But like, actual battle report content, I think has had its time in the sun. Skippy says, I would really appreciate a series of how to play for each faction I haven't played since 8th and getting my head around all of the faction changes since this is doing my head in. That kind of stuff would make good pre-recorded content, okay? I think that would make good pre-recorded content. But I just think, for me personally, pre-recorded battle reports are dull now. And the reason why we lean so hard into live is because our main focus on the live streams, and people have said some comments. We were talking yesterday, we did a stream yesterday about hobby standards and drilling gun barrels and stuff like that. And a lot of people said, doesn't matter on your streams because your models are 4 million miles away from the cameras anyway.
Ooh.
Yes, they are. Because I purposefully have set the stream up and I purposefully set the production up to majority focus on the story of the players rather than the story of the models.
Who said that?
There's a few comments that got thrown around. I don't care. Some of it in jest, some of it probably quite serious.
Are they jealous Jennies?
But I want to see the trials and tribulations of the players, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, the excitement, the devastation. I want the player piece to be the bit that people are watching because I feel like it's more relatable. I feel like it's more exciting. I feel like it's easier to laugh along. Dare I say this for fear of having the literal piss ripped out of us, it's kind of more reality TV, which people love, right? So the only thing I see pre-recorded battle report content work is when you set up a grand narrative where every role has a story to it. Maybe. A DQ teabag is keeping the underwear on, right? What? Yes. Let's say yes, man. Play On are probably the best pre-recorded. I love the guys that Play On. I love their content, but it's very American game show, which some people don't love. Kev, the concern is less makes us swear and more makes of racism. Exactly, Stick Monkey. You don't know what people are going to say until they're in front of a camera, and that concerns me for live.
I think I walked into a spider's web on my dog walk just now.
Yeah?
You know when you can feel it on your face?
Yeah.
And then you think, there's a spider on my face somewhere.
And then you wake up.
I'm just going to ignore it. I'm going to pretend it's not there.
Tactics are my favourite pre-recordeds, but that's entirely the personalities. Yep. Those battle reports I watch these days are more due to the people playing rather than the game itself, 100%. I watch you guys battle reports and don't even like 40k that much. Ah, thanks, Joe.
No, you're not doing it right.
How do I do it?
It's like, Joe!
Have you heard my throat tonight? I can't do that.
Oh.
I'll stick with my Joe.
You need, I think you need to take, you can get shots, like ginger shots.
No,
and
I don't like
they're
ginger.
like immune system shots in the morning.
I don't like ginger. Ginger's disgusting.
Because this looks working so well for you.
Yeah, it is, yeah. I like SM for pre-recorded. Wow. You and Steve's mum, Kai. Look at that. I watch live battle reports for the people and interactions. I watch pre-recorded for the models and narrative. Exactly, Skippy. Exactly. Right, come on, chat. We've got 35 minutes, and we're 52 away from 100 members.
Oop, oop.
Which one, Luce, out of the 169 giggity that are watching is going to gift 50?
Not John, because he's having a day off. Stop it, John. And not Kai, because he's having a day off.
Yeah, stop it, Kai.
And I'm going to pick Luke. I choose Luke to gift 1 million.
Luke?
Yeah. Not me.
Oh, I was about to say.
Actually, Luke.
Don't fucking panic me there. Love your content, but I'd love to see a few more closer shots of Minis too. Simply Brazen, question for you, genuinely. So we're thinking about solving that problem with the army intro section, okay? So predominantly showing off models with the army intros by improving that process, rather than the static graphic, which is mostly text, improving that process. Would that be enough for you, or do you actually really want to see close-ups all through the game? Because seeing close-ups all through the game introduces a whole new load of challenges. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's harder, right? Can you do the name for me? Thank you for the 5 gifted, Joe. You're a legend.
I've given myself a headache.
I told, see? Right?
That wasn't clever.
Thank you for the 5 gifted, you absolute legend. You pushed us over that 50 mark, you're a hero. Look at all these people saying, not me. I'll gift you my love, Liam, and that all poor people can give. It's enough, wee man.
We'll take your love.
And you're a green name.
We'll
right?
take it all.
You're a green name as well.
All the love.
It won't be long before you're a red and blue green name. And I have actually made new badges.
Give it to us.
I made new badges.
All the love, wee man. Give it to us.
I made badges for the 3 years and the 4 years. And is it 3 years and 4 years? Whatever the other ones were.
We will keep it safe, won't we?
I ain't got
all
no
the
fiddy. I ain't got tree fiddy.
Do you remember the SNL skit that they used to do Keenan and Kel, and I can't remember. But he said the rent is too damn high. Did you ever watch that skit?
Yes.
Oh, so funny. If I watch it now, I won't laugh. I don't know why I found it so funny.
Marching on podcast says my greatest achievement will take place on Sunday. First proper 40k game in 15 years. Can't wait. I've been watching Titans on your channel for a long time, and I think I'm ready to get back into it. You're a hero. I hope you really enjoy it. Genuinely. I think maybe 10 to 15% more minis is what I would like. I wouldn't want it to change your content feels by changing too much. The intro thing would be definitely nice. Okay, cool. I'm coming up on 4 years. Look, Son of Olympia. Son of Olympia has got the silver one.
Nice.
He's got the silver logo.
Carl says, I send those inappropriate pics. That should be enough.
I'll be honest with you, Carl, it's too much.
Much too much.
It's too much.
Too buku.
Titans really stepped up with the army intro, but small flashes of the models at the start are not going to keep people on for the whole stream. Yeah, I know they're not, Chris, but I like to think that people aren't watching the streams for literally the models, though. You know, the Titans handheld cam is a nice touch. Appreciate. Probably don't want to just copy them, but I'm not YouTube savvy enough to know other options. We can do handheld, but it's not easy. I can do handheld cam. Maybe who's playing Tuesday? Let me have a look. Maybe I try something. I've got ideas in my head right now.
When is Paddy due on? Because I feel like I need to do a public service announcement on my Facebook page when this happens. When is he due on?
Paddy messaged me today.
And?
He wanted to know if I could set up a mini tournament for the team on a weekend because he misses the team and misses playing 40k. Because he can't do weekday evenings right now. And currently the availability in February for Paddy is still completely red. So we are currently on the 16th. So the Tuesday the 20th is me and Joe again. He's got Wild Eaters Flash Terrors. I'm into it. I'll try some handheld cam then. I could try some handheld cam then. There you go. Luke, gifted 1.
He's just warming up.
He's warming up for the 50, yeah.
He's testing the card, see if it'll shiver when he charges it.
What do you get for 5 years, says Son of Olympia? You get the full 5 inches. I gotta say, I'm not fussed about seeing the minis in game as long as I can see where they've moved-ish. So that'll do. Rest is fun. Yeah, I agree. I agree, personally. Steve Robson, thank you for the gifted. You're a hero. What a legend. I don't like seeing any humans in my streams, just plastic and resin. They look nicer. Charming. Charming.
A Joe GoPro cam review. We might have to remind Joe when he goes to the toilet
to
turn off the GoPro.
Do you know what that fucker does? Right, he gets Kyle every time.
Why?
Because Kyle comes in and I'll set the stream up, and I've trained Kyle to check everything because I'd like to get to a point in the future where I don't even need to go in some days at all to the studio, right?
Give yourself a day off.
Yeah, or even if I do the Liam and Joe show, I can come home. At the moment, I make all the army graphics. I do the thumbnail, and then I set all the stream up. But what I'm training Kyle to do is Kyle's coming in, he's checking through. He's got like a checklist. Check all 5 cameras, check the focus, check it, blah 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 blah. Check the army lists are in place, etc. So he goes through his checks, and one of the things he does is he puts the batteries on all the microphones, and he'll put the microphones where each person needs their microphone, and then he'll when we're talking on the microphone, he'll listen.
Yeah.
So that the audio's fine and all that kind of stuff.
No.
So he'll put Joe's mic pack on that side. He'll put my mic pack on that side, and he'll start. And he'll put he puts the headphones on early, to get used to it. And Joe will put his mic pack on as soon as it's on the table, and then 2 minutes before the stream, he'll just walk off and have a piss, and he won't tell Kyle he's going, and he won't mute it. On your mic pack, there is a mute button, and you can switch to mute on the mic pack, right?
Yeah.
He won't do that. He just walks into every fucking stream, and Kyle, every time you see him going, he just hits him pissing in the toilet. Christopher Sanford, thank you for the 5 gifted. We're up to 60. If 4 of you give 10, if 8 of you give 5, if 40 of you give 1, we'll hit at least 100. We're on £57 of super chats as well.
Don't
it started strong.
Maths.
Hey?
Don't make us do maths.
I didn't make you do maths. I did it for you.
Yeah, but we're having to keep up with it, and right, yeah, so that makes that, and then okay, yeah, that makes that. Please don't make us do that. We're very tired.
If 9 people super chat £5 as well, then we'll be over the £100 target there. Just saying. Full 5 inches, must be a suit of Terminator armor. Exactly. A Joe Pro would be great, but just during the week, not for games. Greatest hobby achievement is converting an Imperial Guard cavalry army and getting an award at Warhammer World campaign weekend for taking an army of cavalry. That's amazing. Absolutely the point I'm trying to make, Liam. I get trying to keep people happy, but I think the USP of the channel is that people are the characters. I agree, 100%. Joe needs someone to listen to him to feel comfortable. Yeah, exactly.
Joe needs the toilet body doubling.
Honestly. Yes, and thank you for the 1. He's one of the 40. Do you want to be one of the 40? Son of Olympia, thank you for the 1. He's one of the 40. I kind of like the little silver logo. It's quite cool, actually.
It is. I've been staring at it. It's very nice.
Yeah, the other one, the next level, whatever that one is 48 months, I think, is gold.
Is it like a yellow?
It's gold.
Yeah, but sometimes gold looks yellow.
It is. YouTube folder. Where's my badges folder? YouTube badges folder. It's looks like this, Lise. You ready? Hang on. Here you go. Ready? There.
Oh, that's nice.
It is, isn't it?
That's nice.
Yeah. See. Stick Monkey, thank you for the 1 gifted. He's one of the 40. There's 3 of the 40 so far. There's 37 left to go. Did you want to see the? I reckon I could add the 48-month one on the screen. If I go add image, and I press OK, and I browse, and I go to the YouTube folder for YouTube badges, and I add the 48 months. Oh no, it's too big. Hang on, chat. Here's the gold one. Oh, hang on. No, undo. Do this live just for the fun. Here's the gold one. This is the gold one that you'll get for 48 months of being a channel member. Whoop. There you go. That's what you'll get. Kurdos Fast says, good night, you lovely lot. Take care and be kind to each other. You're a hero. Street Spirit, thank you for 1 gifted. James Howley, thank you for 5 gifted. Up to 68. Look at you, wonderful people. I feel like it missed one there. 61, 2, 3, 4 plus 5 is 9. It did miss one there. It's missed 2. It should be on 70, actually. Naughty stream. Should be on 70. It's missing a couple tonight, chat.
I did have a Friday final thought.
Did you already?
Yeah.
Well, we might as well. Chat's dead. You might as well go for it. No super chats, no members. Fuck you all. Come on.
Can a plant photosynthesize off a moon because it's reflecting light. Because the moon isn't a light source, so it's only reflecting. Is it possible? It would be possible if the moon had stronger light source, like stronger reflections. So the only reason it can't, not because it's the moon, but the only reason it can't is because the light it's reflecting isn't strong enough. But if it was, it could. How mad would that be?
So the whole point in Final Thoughts was that it was supposed to be relevant to the topic we were talking about.
Oh. Well, I never
You just
think
go on
about
this
40K.
random fact, like...
Yeah.
Eh?
Why would I think about 40K? That's your world, not mine. I think about these things. When I walk past a daisy and I'm like, quite cloudy today.
If we move house...
Is it possible?
In the future...
Yeah.
If we ever move house in the future, can we have separate offices?
No.
Oh, okay.
You need the body doubling too much. You'd get nothing done.
Kai sounds rough, mate. There are a few of those coughs kicking around. There is, yeah, it's awful. It's fucking awful. And I can't seem to shift it. So what you're saying is if the moon was the sun...
Yeah. It made me wonder because we had a full moon recently and it was so bright. It lit up, you know where our bins are outside?
Yeah.
It lit that up so much. I honestly thought somebody's security light was on. And I thought, well, that's handy. They've installed that because I don't normally trip over something out here. But it was the moon. And for some reason, I just thought, what if? What if something could photosynthesize off the moon? Because is it photosynthesizing from the sun because it's the radiation? Or is it the light? Because if it's the light, then could it photosynthesize off the moon?
I don't...
If the radiation's got nothing to do with it.
Why does it matter? Why is the question relevant?
You don't ever have random stuff like, could that happen?
No. Why did you... Were you thinking, I'm not going to do it, I'm going to go with strawberries at night.
A day out in your head must be fucking boring.
Why?
Because you don't seem to have any random questions. Like, I don't... Honestly, what was I thinking when I was 18? What was I thinking?
He's got money.
Yeah.
I want the looks, to be honest. His face is worse without a beard. If the moon was the sun, we'd be dead. This is a Friday stream. God, I'm a bit all over the place at the moment. It's a Friday stream. Yeah. Yeah. Normally, chat. Normally, our best monetized streams of the week. If the moon were a security light, would it be accessible in the Ring app? I got home last night and we've got the studio has got Ring cameras, obviously, because I want to be safe and secure. And one of those cameras is outside the door that goes into the studio that looks down the stairway that goes up to the door into the studio. And and Luce, I got home, Luce was like, why can I hear Joe talking about how McDonald's gives him the shits?
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever you ride your bike over and the husband tracker app, also known as Find My Friends, and your little travelling blob doesn't move, I instantly panic that something's happened and you've come off your bike. So then when it got to 11:20 and you still hadn't left your building yet, I thought, where the fuck is he? I'm letting him in the garage. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. So I went into the Ring app and I just caught Joe saying about how McDonald's chicken nuggets give him the shits all the time. Lovely.
Amazing, isn't it?
Thanks, Joe.
That's the general conversation off camera with him. So
yeah.
Thank you, Son of Olympia and Dave B for the gifted. Everyone's trying to snipe Cass right now because he doesn't think the channel's worth a membership anymore. So thank you, UT, for trying. No one's got him so far. With 3 more members, we're halfway towards my target with only 21 minutes to go. It's been a really successful night. Someone says it's a no mead stream night. It is. I've been drinking the rest of this from Mr. the Cornet Ed, the Christmas mead. And this is me running out. Because I haven't bought any Vikings blood for ages. Because Vikings blood's not the cheapest stuff in the world. We don't have any money. So I've made this last for like 3 Fridays in a row.
There is some mead in the cupboard.
No, there is some meads that's emergency stuff because it's fucking god awful.
Why? Which one is it?
The Harvester Gold mead, which just tastes like arse.
Why did you buy it then?
Because it was mead that was available in Morrison's. So I was like, oh, maybe if I can find a brand that's available in Morrison's that's nice. It's drinkable.
There's that blackberry one you like.
They don't sell it anymore.
What?
They stopped selling it.
It's not on.
So that one's going to be the in case of emergency drink this one for next Friday probably. Cass probably doesn't have gifted turned on. I hope not. If you're all going to try and get him. Thank you, Ebflow, for the 1 gifted. We're up to 70. Thank you, Oldan Roa, for the 1 gifted. We're up to 75. We got there. We got halfway. It's going to update. Why is the bot not working properly either? YouTube shows me 75. That's now showing 74, despite the fact that the tracker has picked them all up. I'm going to update it again. I actually have to update it tonight. This is emotional.
It's like memory lane.
It's like the old days. Anyway, any more amazing, greatest ever hobby achievements? Talk to me, team.
Oh, I finally made bread.
Would you
Is that
consider...
what we're calling bread? Yes, that's the thing in the kitchen. I'm calling it bread. I made bread.
That wasn't what I was going to say. What I was going to say is, would you consider, though, like home cooking and baking a hobby of yours? Or was it born more out of necessity?
It all started...
Can something that is born out of necessity be considered a hobby?
Yeah, because it needs to spark an interest.
But surely a hobby is something that you do in your, quote, spare time because you enjoy it. Cornet Ed, thank you for the gifted. No, sorry, Adrian, I lie. Thank you for the gifted. Harvest Gold is awful. Yeah, it is, yeah.
I don't think I have any spare time. That's the problem. Which sounds bizarre.
Someone super chat me! Thanks, Dave. Carry on.
But I don't think I have any spare time because I will fill it. I'm not very good at sitting still. So
yeah, I'm kind of guilty for that as well, but
so
I guess.
I think what I'm good at is legitimizing recreational.
Vote on Orc says time to work. Have a good rest of the stream. Thanks, man. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy your work if you can.
So I think that's what I'm good at.
Okay.
So baking probably is a hobby, but I can legitimize it by giving it purpose.
Do you think...
So it's feeding people?
Do you think people achieve far more than they give themselves credit for?
Yeah.
Because like I say that because Paul Fisher's just said, haven't really achieved anything in the hobby. But I bet that if we really dug deep,
yeah,
that wouldn't be true.
You probably wouldn't even need to dig that deep either.
No, I absolutely.
I think is it a British trait that we don't congratulate ourselves very much? We tend to berate ourselves more than we congratulate. I don't know if that's a stiff upper lip British thing. From my experience, Americans are far more open with their emotions and far more approachable to talk about some emotions, so they will say they've achieved this.
Hobby House Meadery? It makes sense.
I mean, I'd love it. I don't think that's going to ever happen, Dave, I'm afraid. Maybe once Hobby House is a global brand and I can start doing things like what Ricky Gervais and Clarkson are doing, they just start launching their own alcohols all over the place because they can. Liam's Meadery, we're on it. That's why me and Cornet Ed go into business together.
So I don't think we need to dig that deep to find people's achievements. I think we just don't like to say. Maybe it's self-preservation thing as well.
Yeah, I just think we're really bad at it. Like the whole point in tonight, like I honestly, this is going to sound like an awful thing to say because you're all going to be like, of course Liam thought this is what's going to happen because, you know, money. But I kind of was like, my greatest hobby achievement, super chats will be banging in. Like they have just started now, like everyone's just woke up. I thought they'd be banging in because I figured people were like, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. I managed to edge highlight a Space Marine. I was really proud of it. I managed to glaze a power sword. I was really proud of it. For me, it's a great achievement. I don't think a greatest achievement, maybe my thumbnail actually made this a bit of a cock up. A greatest achievement doesn't have to be a Slayer sword. It doesn't have to be a golden demon. It can be anything. When I first blended a power weapon and I went from a light blue to a dark blue transition and back again, and it looked like a natural transition rather than the 8 paints I used, incredibly proud of that. But even I said I don't really have any hobby achievements, and when I think about it, actually I do. I have a few hobby achievements that I'm really proud of.
Greatest hobby achievement is the literal thousands of hours dedicated to procrastination rather than finishing fiddly trim.
You're a professional procrastinator, Christopher. Thank you for the 5. You're a legend.
Pianting a Black Templar army to a decent standard and bringing it to the GHG at Element. Also being part of this community. Love you all.
Thank
Bombardment.
You so much, Adrian. Bombardment. Thank you,
Bombardment.
Adrian. You're a legend.
If you could change one thing in the 40k lore besides Primaris Marines, what would you change?
If I could change one thing in the 40k lore besides Primaris Marines, what would you change? I would make orcs less stupid, more evil. I don't like the silliness of orcs. I'd make them more Beast Arises evil, less cartoony stupid. I think that's where I would go. Terrifying alien beasts rather than comical red ones go faster. That is genuinely the thing I would change. And you're all going to be like, bah humbug, Liam, we like to have fun, but that's the thing I would change personally. I pulled apart my old metal tree men and glued it together again without too much swearing. Much achievement, big wow. Grass-flavoured vodka was shit, but curiosity had its day. Greatest achievement so far is converted banshees turned out exactly as I pictured and exactly finished painting them. See, I reckon that's what I'm saying. Thank you so much, by the way, everyone, for getting us up to £72 on the super chat total. You're heroes. But that's what I'm saying. I reckon if we all dug a little bit deeper, hang on. You literally have to give memberships to make me feel better. If we all dug a little bit deeper, we'd probably be. There's lots of little things we're proud of. Mm-hmm. So I showed you earlier these things, these berserkers on custom bases that I was making last year. They were quite an achievement for me actually, because the berserkers themselves come with, in the running poses, there's like extra bits of plastic around the feet. So when you glue it to a plastic base and it melts, because that's what plastic on plastic do when you apply plastic glue, kind of fuses it together and melts, it gives you a bigger surface area to stick it so it becomes rigid. But I didn't want to use plastic bases, I wanted to do something very, very special, so I wanted all of these custom bases, which are resin. You can't use plastic glue to glue plastic to resin. So I spent a lot of time actually talking to Jay. I was like, how do you do it? He's like, I trim around the foot with my snips, I cut it all down, sand it a bit, so it's got a rough edge. I super glue it to the base, and then wherever there's a bit of trimmed plastic, I get some more super glue and I get some sand, and I sprinkle sand over on super glue to create that kind of effect that you can sort of see there. Right? Yeah? And I was like, and it looks fine. And he showed me something that he'd done, and they looked all like that, they were all natural. So I did it, and I'd never done it before. It's a tiny thing. It's a tiny thing, but they'd never done it before, and I did it, and they all look really good. And I was really proud of it. Despite the fact all I've done, literally, is stick a model to a base. But I was really proud of it. So that's an achievement. That's a great achievement.
I've got two things I'm proud of. One is born out of necessity, and one just because I've been making breads that I went, how hard can that be? So the bread one is I made donuts at home. Actual donuts.
Yeah.
I thought these were a factory food. There's no way they can be done at home. Made donuts. Couldn't believe it. Really proud of myself. And the second one, I learned how to do boys' haircuts because during lockdown, everywhere was closed. And the boys, you always say they look like Auschwitz people because I just went straight over.
Oh, yeah.
But I actually learnt how to do a boy's haircut. Kind of born out of necessity because Ben started showing the same symptoms James did when just before he had his first seizure. You know, the pale and it's all a... So I thought, well, good luck to me getting him back on a bus if he does.
For reference, our
down.
eldest has a heart condition and he would collapse in seizure. Carry on.
Yeah, so I thought if Ben collapses at home, at least he will, if I don't catch him in time, he'll land on carpet and not
he's at
tiled
home as
marble
well.
floor. Yeah. And I can make him comfortable and call the cardiologist, blah, blah, blah. So I'm proud of myself of, it's not the best reason to learn a skill, but I've learnt it.
But yeah, and you'll get better with it as well.
Yeah, and bless James, because he's got a cow's lick at the front and a double crown. I'm like, right, Jim Jam, I am so sorry if you look homeschooled with this haircut, but I need to learn how to do it. And he goes, go for it, Mum, hair grows, go for it.
It does, absolutely.
I'm like, you're bloody amazing, you are.
Yeah, thank you, Cass, for the 2 gifted, by the way. Thank you, Mortyhammer, for the 1. Up to 79. 21 to go to hit the normal 100, 10 minutes. We need more than 2 a minute, chat. More than 2 a minute. Can you do it? I believe in you. Cass logic. You don't snipe Cass, Cass snipes you. Amazing. You start removing Xenos armies, I'm out of 40k. No, I wouldn't remove Xenos armies, wee man. I would actually leave them in, but I just want to tweak the narrative slightly. Actual greatest achievement is one leg on a Primaris Chaplain. Absolutely nailed non-metallic metal on both gold and steel. Rest of the model is not quite right, but that leg, chef's kiss. Yeah, we've all been there. We've all done that. We've all got the point on the model. We're like, just look at that bit there. Deep Fryer Gaming, greatest non-Warhammer hobby achievement was leveling out a 9-foot slate pool tool table all on my own, using anything and everything to prop up legs while I screwed the feet at the correct height. That sounds amazing. Amazing. Never baked bread. The only 2 times I did that, I had heart attacks within a few days. Just buy it.
My next thing...
Seems extreme, by the way, Tel.
My next thing is I want to learn to do sourdough and have a sourdough starter. I have no idea what these things mean, but I'm interested.
I would bring back the Khan and Russ instead of Guilliman and the Lion. Okay, the Lion can stay. Painting damned well enough to show him off an achievement.
Amazing. Amazing, Adrian. Thank you for the 25 legend. And thank you for the gifted as well. You're a hero. I bring back the Khan and Russ. I bring back more Primarchs at the moment. I want more Primarchs, less super heavies. If we're talking narrative specifically. But thank you for the gifted. Up to 80. 20 to go. 9 minutes. I tell you what, chat. Let's make it easier for you. I thought it's a Friday night. They'll be feeling generous tonight. Everyone will be happy. No. There you go. Look at that now. Made it better. Who's putting a lot of our achievements to shame right now. Amazing work.
Not really.
You haven't seen the haircut, Street Spirit.
No, they're looking good.
Before you say amazing achievements.
There's just a bit of blending. I should have done a bit of blending.
When the side of their hair looks like Cletus's teeth.
No, it doesn't. No, it's been like, No, it doesn't. Besides,
no, you're doing a good job.
They can't see their hair, so I can say they look beautiful and they'll believe me because I'm their mum and mums never lie.
Loose as the back of my hair. And the only reason why it's fine is because I can't see it. Like, I did this. I can't see it. Doesn't work.
And it looks amazing. Done.
I'm sure it does.
Case closed.
Mine is convincing my 14 and 12-year-old daughters to play 40k with me.
Aww.
Now I have mountains of miniatures to build and paint. 1,250 points of each army done. Sisters and Necrons.
Amazing.
Hard disagree, Loose. Caring for your family is absolutely categorically the best reason to take up a skill.
That's really sweet, but it's not like...
Thank you for the 5, Chris, by the way.
I totally get where you're coming from, but it's not necessarily a hobby to just pile more work onto your workload.
I don't know, though, because, like, cutting hair and baking breads is... I think it can be classified as a hobby simply because you don't actually need to do it. Props to the corn, by the way. Thank you for the gifted. Up to 81. 9 to go, 7 minutes... 19 to go, 7 minutes to go, chat. I think I'm going to make it tonight.
That's all right.
How late did you want to go to bed?
January, February's tough. It's all right.
That doesn't... I can't... At the end of February, I can't go to the bank manager and be like, February's tough, mate. It doesn't work, please. That's not how it works.
No, I think you literally can. You can call up your bank and go, we need a chat. I need some support.
I almost definitely can't go to the new studio 3 months after having it, be like, February's tough.
No, that's why you call your bank and you go, I'm having a tough time.
No, I don't think
what support have you got?
I don't want to do that. If you dyed that steak of hair, Liam, red, you'd go faster. No, man. None of that nonsense.
Don't downplay your kitchen hobby achievements, Lucy. It is absolutely an artistic skill worth celebrating.
Aww.
I've often been told I have artistic skill, and then I was told I misheard it. Pretty proud of building and painting a warhound's leg without looking up any tutorials. Only fucked up a single toe by gluing it upside down. Rage ate a bacon sandwich before fixing it. Rage ate a bacon sandwich. Is there a better bacon sandwich out there than a rage eating bacon sandwich?
What? A what bacon sandwich?
Rage ate a bacon sandwich.
Oh, I thought it was a brand of bacon then that I'd never heard of. What bacon? What?
No, he rage ate. Like angry eating.
What does that look like?
Christopher Sanford, you did it for us.
Do you remember your rage moshing?
No, it was just angry moshing. It wasn't rage moshing.
Angry moshing. That was the best day.
Chris, thank you so much for 20 hitting their membership goals. We were so close to Super Chat goals as well. You are a beautiful human being. Thank you so much for that. What a legend. Chris has already gifted memberships as well and Super Chatted people. Everyone say thank you to Chris. What a fucking legend. Thank you so much, man. You're a hero.
I think the day that me and my brother saw you angry, Mosh, both of us nearly choked on our drinks.
It was a New Year's Eve.
So funny.
It was a New Year's Eve in Coventry.
Oh my God.
I remember.
That legendary light lived on. Referenced several times on many more nights out.
Hearing about all these achievements by regular people gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling. That was kind of the point of it, Jorfin, though. That's like exactly the point of the stream. Like champion your little wins. Champion your little achievements. Champion the one leg that you built. Champion the one power sword that you blended. Champion the world eaters you stuck to bases. Champion the bread loaf that you made or the donuts that you made. Like, champion the little wins. We get so caught up in modern day, right? This is where we are going to overrun a little bit. In the modern day, right, we get so caught up in things like social media, in Facebook, in Instagram, in Twitter, in TikTok. Guess what? 90% of the shit that you watch on that is fake. So we all look at these little achievements that we do when we paint a power sword or we paint a leg, and we're really fucking proud of what we've done. And the truth of it is, it's probably well above the average standard. But then you open your Instagram or you open your TikTok, and everything that you see on your Instagram and your TikTok is people painting to fucking golden demon standard, and you look at what you've just done and you go, I'm guilty of this, by the way. I'll hold my hands up. I am incredibly guilty of this. I am an absolute perfectionist, and I want my stuff to be the best. Hopefully you guys have kind of seen that with the streams over the course of the last 2 years, constantly making improvements, going out in 4K 60, trying to improve the way it looks, trying to even
Get to painting.
Thank you, Morty Hammer. Spending fucking 10 hours on Twitch building flickering Lego bricks so I can have some like out of focus lighting in the background to try and improve the game stream, so the talking head streams. We worked so hard on that studio, so I'm an absolute perfectionist. So when I start painting these world eaters, one of the things I really need to be honest with myself, one of the things I really need to do is I need to not go to social media. I need to not look at TikTok or Instagram or fucking Twitter. I need to not go and find people that have been painting world eaters, and I need to not compare myself. What I need to do is I need to be proud of what I'm doing, and when I get to the 10th one, compare that to the first one. When I get to the 100th one, compare that to the first one. That's what you should compare yourself against. What we actually do, and what we do quite a lot nowadays, is we compare ourselves to the standard on social media. Guess what? It's a fucking lie. Social media on the whole, one of the things I'm incredibly keen on with the channel is being genuine, not being false, being true to what we feel, what we think when we review something, not just giving you that shit because we want likes. I don't want to just do negative streams because they get clicks, because I don't have a predominantly negative interaction or experience with the hobby. I have a predominantly positive experience with the hobby. So I want to do positive streams. We have 160 people as an average viewing figure tonight. If I'd have done Games Workshop murder children, I'd have had about 8 million people watching me. And it's very easy to go, well, I should just do that instead because it's better for my business. Arguably it would be. Probably would have had more super chats. Probably would have done. But that's not my experience, and I want to portray my genuine, actual experience. There are too many channels out there that are like, Games Workshop are the worst company in the world, but I'm going to put them in every single title because that's the only way I get any looks or any clicks whatsoever. And social media on the wider kind of platform is very much like that. We were talking about this literally earlier, Luce and I were. Social media, when you realise that the majority of creators that you look at are showing you false information because it will harness more clicks, it will harness more likes, and arguably that will harness more revenue, but it's not a true reflection of their actual life. And if you're proud of that power sword that you've painted, be fucking proud of that power sword that you've painted, because it doesn't need to match another person's standard. It doesn't need to be better than anybody else's.
BTWNS the next gallery viewing.
Fuck knows, Adrian. Sometime soon, maybe. But it doesn't need to be better than anybody else's. You just need to be proud of it. Your greatest hobby achievement does not need to stack up to the person next to you. It just needs to be something that you are proud of. And if you look at everybody else's and you go, everybody else's is better than mine, that also doesn't mean that you can't still be proud of what you've achieved. Just compare yourself to you. That's the biggest piece of advice I could give anybody in any hobby. Just compare yourself to you. Compare yourself to what you did 10 months ago, 2 months ago, a year ago, 10 years ago. That's the person to compare yourself against. Social media is bullshit, and I'm saying that as a person who literally makes a living on it. The most of social media is a fucking lie, and people and I feel like 2023 2023, factual data, the most uninstalled app across all devices in 2023 was Instagram.
Yeah, I've taken it off my phone.
Also, statistically proven to increase depression levels.
Yeah.
Because people look at people on Instagram and they're like, I don't have that life. I don't look like that. Well, guess what? Neither do they. It's a fucking Instagram post. It's a reel. It's staged. It's not true.
There's so many conversations I overhear about new people who are just starting out home educating, and me and the boys are coming into year 4 of it now. And the amount of times that I hear pretty much the same conversation with a different tilt, but it's pretty much, I'm failing at this, me and my child are arguing all the time, nothing's getting done, the house is a shit tip, they've not actually picked up a pen in 2 weeks, because all they're looking at on Facebook and Instagram and everything else is these lovely idyllic forest dwellings. And I feel like going, do you know how many times me and my oldest have screamed at each other because he has opinions?
It's not real.
And he has ideas, and I'm undoing my educational background while trying to let him breathe in his life.
Amazing.
Of course there's going to be rows.
Paul Fisher, earlier in the stream, said, I have nothing that's the greatest achievement. He's just, after my little rant, he's just said, okay, I'm proud of the Bone Reaper Harvester I finished last month. There you go. You had something to be proud of. You have something that's an achievement. Celebrate your achievements. Don't compare it to what other people have done. If I'd finished a Berserker, I'd probably be telling you it's one of my greatest achievements because I'd finished it from top to bottom. Doesn't matter that it's not a full army. Doesn't matter that it's not 2,000 points. Doesn't matter that it isn't to the standard that Siege Studios would put on their Instagram page. Doesn't matter any of that stuff. Like, people have to realise. I have this little thing in the back of my mind that wants me to go on this little fucking campaign about the fact that there's no real point, because in the grand scheme of things, I'm not going to make a massive ripple. But social media on the whole is bullshit. And one of the things we work really hard to do is not have that bullshit veil and not show you, well, this is what normal life is like. We just show you, well, we're just lads playing the fucking game.
Yeah.
Like, we don't spike dice. We don't make results up. We don't doctor things. We just play the game and we wind each other up and we take the piss and we laugh and we joke and we finish the night and we go, that was fun, good.
What's interesting is whenever I do see on Facebook these mums, and it always seems to be the mums. I don't know why I never seem to see the dads on Facebook. Maybe they've figured out the secret already. But all the mums that gather around this tearful mum and they say, we're doing great.
Actually, eventually, finishing my first model back in the hobby. Anxiety is a bitch. I still love that blade wizard though.
Well done, Morris. Thank you for the 5. Well done, man.
All these mums that gather round and say to this tearful mum, you're doing great, don't worry about it, there's a bedding in thing. Actually, when you're sort of de-schooling, unschooling, whatever it's called, it can take an enormous amount of time. Don't panic. It'll be fine, trust the process. These are the same mums who are not on Facebook trying to sugarcoat what is... It's not the truth. You're not just
bollocks.
gonna. Your child is not your best friend when they first come home. They've got trauma from school.
You have to all realise how algorithms work, right? Across various platforms. So a model painted by Rich Gray, taking nothing away from Rich Gray because the man is literally phenomenal. But a model painted by Rich Gray is an incredibly high standard. Will almost naturally harness more likes than a model painted by myself, because Rich's ability is unfucking real, right? I'm only picking on Rich because I've met him before and he's a lovely human being, and he paints incredibly. So I know that the things that he's posting are actually genuinely his work as well. But what then happens is the algorithm goes, this one's getting loads of likes, this one isn't, because this one is actually better than mine. What that means is it's going to push this one in front of you and not this one. It just will, because this one's already generating engagement. This one isn't generating as much engagement. And then if you have another, an Angel Graldes, well, his gets pushed more than mine because his is better than mine. And then you have a Siege Studios, theirs gets pushed more than mine because his is better than mine. And then you have a David Soper, and his gets pushed more than mine because his is better than mine. And then what happens is, Average Joe then opens up his Instagram, and Angel Graldes, Rich Gray, Siege Studios, fucking David Soper is what gets put in front of them. And they're like, oh my God. And suddenly, everyone in the world is better than me. That's kind of what happens, ultimately, in social media. Everyone in the world is better than me. Everyone's got a better life than me. Everyone's doing better than me. That's what social media does. That's how it works. And it's fucking bullshit. because it takes the rare people and makes them the common rule on that profile. And I'm talking about people that are genuinely very good at what they're doing. We're not talking about the other social media influencers in the world, which are literally posting doctored videos that are a lie. It's not their life. But hey, look at me having a great time. And it's like, oh, this thing suddenly happened. Weird, because you had your camera out. Isn't that strange?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird that you had your camera out just as you were starting to cry?
I'm so jaded when it comes to the internet. There was a mum on my Facebook reel. She was doing some kind of dance, and her little gorgeous toddler was bobbing around. And she was doing the whole, kids shouldn't have screens. They shouldn't be subjected to technology or whatever. You're fucking filming yourself dancing instead of playing with the child that you've just told the whole world that you don't expose to screens. Like, and then the kid finds the phone because babies and toddlers are inquisitive, goes to put it in her mouth, and the mum, instead of grabbing the baby and saying, don't put it in your mouth, she grabs the phone.
Of course she does, because that's what's more important at that point.
So fucked up.
Wee Man says, I started a tower army at the start of COVID. I guess it's an achievement, so I'll relent. Thank you. Good. Everyone, there's not so many people left now. There's 122 people in chat. If you haven't already, tell me something you're proud of. Don't even fucking super chat. I don't care. Thank you, Boris, for the 5 because you're a legend. But tell me something you're proud of. I guarantee if you really dig deep, you will all find something that you're proud of. And you might be a little embarrassed to share it. Don't be. Just tell me. Demogorgon says, your streams are sadly lacking in face filters.
What does that mean?
So Instagram, when you do an Instagram reel, you can put a face filter on, and it literally filters your face, so you removes imperfections and stuff like that immediately.
Wow.
There's ones for women that just instantly put makeup on them as well. Like, it's unbelievable. It's all fake. It's all bollocks. This is what I'm trying to say to people. Ebflow says, compared myself to the memory I had about painting 20 years ago, was frustrated that I wasn't as good getting back into the hobby. Finally found my old models. Wasn't as great as I remembered. Less pressure.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Genuinely amazing. What I loved about the Angels videos, though, is that he leaves in the long shots showing him doing the work. Oh, Angel's video, sorry. He doesn't just explain the step and cut to done. Angel's great. I purposely picked people for that example, Christopher, that were genuinely good. They're not. It's not fake. Because what I've also found on Instagram in general, I have got 2 Instagram accounts. I've got one that's for 40k, one that's for my bikes and stuff. The bike one is typically worse for this, actually, than the hobby one. But the bike one is full of people that put reels on that just isn't their life. It just isn't. They're just trying to show that that's their life, and it's not. I picked Angel in the example that I had simply because, and people like him, people like Rich Ray, because they are actually very good, and they're not showing fake, they're showing genuine. But what I'm trying to prove is that the way the algorithm then feeds into people's feeds is it makes you think that that's the common, but it's not the common, that's the exception.
Yeah.
And it makes you think, social media in general, Instagram's one of the worst of this, makes you think that the exception is the common, and that's the problem. That's the problem, right? I'm proud of the fact that I finally started working my way through my stack of shame, as well as the fact that with every model I paint, I can see a marked improvement over my previous one. That's amazing, Weiss2K. It's incredible. I'm going to enter for shits and giggles, says Cass. What's that for? Dropped out of trying to enter Golden Demon after seeing a lot of posts. Don't go for it. Just do it.
Definitely.
And even if you don't get a finalist pin, even if nothing happens, it's an experience that you can learn from. Honestly, I think you can do it. See, this is the bit that really frustrates me, and I'm not trying to pick on you, Paul. I love the fact that you've said this out loud, and I'm very proud of you for saying this out loud. I wanted to enter just to try it, but don't think it's worth the humiliation.
Oh.
Nobody at Golden Demon, especially the GW staff, are going to humiliate you. Nobody. They're just not.
Yeah.
But we've got it in our heads that it will be embarrassing and we won't do a good enough job. Like, I'm genuinely pleased and proud of you for saying that out loud. Enter, for Christ's sake. After 6 months of fighting family court, I can now see my daughter's mark. That's amazing. I'm proud. My brother wanted me to paint his heresy. I mean, that's amazing. Getting help when was too stubborn to admit I needed help. Cass, that is something to be proud of. Absolutely, that's something to be proud of. 100%. I'm most proud of my first Blood Angels I painted last month. Good man, Plops. My gym business is nearly making enough for me to take a small wage. That's incredible. I finally got my group of friends to try 40k. Now we're playing 3 to 5 times a week. Took me 4 years to get them into it. That's also incredible, but I'm sure their wallets don't thank you. Proud of my 20-year US Army service. Joseph, that's amazing. I've designed structures that you can see on Google Earth. Okay, it's in West Wales and not New York, but it's something. That's amazing, Iestin. Won 2 out of 3 games in my first tournament experience. More importantly, made 3 new friends in my opponents. Much bigger achievement for me. That's incredible as well. When I ran a gaming shop, I started a gaming group. The shop closed down. The gaming group is still going years later. That's also amazing. There you go. Look at you people. See? You've all got things to be proud of.
See? Didn't even need to dig that deep either.
I got 2 friends into 40k. Welcome to a lifelong plastic crack addiction. Stephen, I've just read that. Are you proud of what your uglier half has created at this moment?
Took about a year to work up the courage to paint up Mortarion and spent way too much time worrying if it was good enough. Every time I bring him out I get compliments, so all that worrying was for nothing.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for the 20. That's amazing.
It's probably not surprising though, because it's hours and hours and hours that you've poured yourself into this.
We hold ourselves on these weird pedestals, and we look for we often I do get it, but we look for the validation of other people for the things that we've done. And what I'm trying to get through to people is, if you're proud of it, fuck what anyone else thinks. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. If you're proud of it, you're proud of it, and that is all that matters. But it is nice when people do say it's lovely. It is nice when people do give you compliments. And I'll be honest with you, it doesn't need to be a C studio standard for people to give you compliments.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. I've pulled shit armies out, or in my opinion, what's been shit armies out that I've painted in the past. People go, oh, that looks really cool. Like, oh, thanks.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Amazing. I'm crashing night, people. Nightwee, man, thanks for hanging out, dude. You're amazing. Happy with my painting. It's only good table to stand up, but always gets compliments. There you go. This year, going to enter the worst painted model for. You ever go believe in painting? It's the challenge. I can do it. You can do it, Cass. I believe in you. I'm proud that I got my fifth pint of blood donated card. That's amazing. I'm really enjoying painting my Crusaders Penitent chapter. Ever improving my painting skills and keeping with it after return to 40k after a very long hiatus. Simply brazen. That's amazing. Look at you, beautiful people.
I'm proud of building a Space Wolves army and using Grey Tide Studio conversion bits, painting them to how they should really look, like I may not play the game, but I love the hobby side.
That's incredible, Jamie. It's amazing. I'm a month away from being able to finally launch my channel. There you go, Son of Olympia. You're all incredible people. There you go. See, if you really stop and think, you've all got something to be proud of. 100% you have. Time to rename the show again. Life coaching after dark. I reckon I could do that, Stick Monkey. I reckon I could life coach.
Life coaching. Don't be a dick.
But I could. Done. I reckon I could genuine life coach rather than the bullshit that you get. You have to be more zen. No, you can be angry every now and again. It's good to have a rant.
Oh my god, yeah. Just, don't hold a grudge. I loves me a grudge. And I think grudges are sometimes good because it reminds you why you've put distance between you and another person. Especially if you're like me and you just walk straight back into the same thing because time heals all, so you forget.
Yeah. See, I don't get when people put hours and hours into a model. I do the same sized one, but I take a couple of hours and can't see what else I can spend time on. But if you're happy with the result, Paul, that's all that matters. If you're happy with it, if you're at least content with it, right? I found the painting bits of Reddit oddly supportive. The rest of the site is a cesspool. But people are usually nice with people's painting attempts. It's weird. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, look, let's be honest, right? I know why 126 people are still here.
Oh, yeah.
It's not for my life coaching. It's not for me to talk to you and try and get you to. I'm really cognizant of the fact that.
What's cognizant?
Like aware, conscious, kind of. I'm really aware of the fact that people in the modern day can be really down on them. My life's a bit shit. Everything's a bit shit. I can't paint like other people. I can't convert like other people. I can't do this. I can't do that. And I'm like, no, okay, your life might not match the person who's posting images of the Ferrari that's probably not his on fucking Instagram. That doesn't mean your life's shit. Just be a good person and you'll typically find you have nice experiences. And if you really take a step back and look at it, your life's not that bad in that regard. And yes, people can be struggling financially.
Proud of my progress, kid bashing. I'm now notorious in town for my bashes and people always ask what I'm working on.
Amazing.
Feels good. Keep up the good work, sir.
Eric, that's incredible. Thank you so much for the 10. What a hero. But I get that, I get people, if you're in significant amounts of financial difficulty and you haven't got a job, and okay, at that point I'm like, right, you have a reason to be on a bit of a downer and have a moan, and I'm here to listen, and we've got areas in Discord that are here to listen to you. But I feel like people nowadays, because of social media, are significantly harder on themselves than they need to be, because they're comparing to something that isn't actually real, right? That is my biggest thing that I'm trying to... I think that's probably one of the things I'm going to try and focus on this year. Stop comparing yourself, especially in the hobby, to something that isn't the actual realistic standard. Go to a tournament with 50 players and look at the average paint job. And I bet that most of you will at least sit somewhere in the middle of that field. And that's the place to be. And if you sit above that field, you're incredible. Well done. Right? That's the place to be. Bought the worst axe on the internet from Ravenforge. It's useless and the postage costs more than the thing. Love it now. I need to find uses for it. That's incredible. I did coaching qualifications. I don't care if there's any bullshit side, but happy to help people pull solutions out of their sphincters. Sean, I'm the same. I've done that sort of coaching stuff as well. I bought a gorgeous camping stove to use. And there you go. Beautiful. Loose the Dwarf. That's going in the book. That's true. That happens. Right. I have been working with and alongside coaches for different sorts for years. It is a real skill to rise above the vapid bullshit 100%. Once I get my council accreditation in a year and a half, I'll be in touch for your next spin-off project, Liam. Said Street Spirit. Do it. Absolutely. Love kit bashing. Just got into it with my nids. It was so addictive. I'm proud of the fact that I've been in the hobby for 29 years and I'm still finding interesting new things to convert and that my painting does slowly improve. Cornet, that's amazing. You, by the way, sir, I'm sure we can speak for, I can speak for everyone, are a fucking legend, right? What a hero. 10 years ago, I was homeless. I now have my own home, a 5-year-old son, and loving a hobby I once loved as a kid but could never afford. That is a fucking turnaround. 10 years homeless to being a home owner with a 5-year-old son.
That's amazing.
What a hero, fat boy. Jamie says, you're more of a down-to-earth person and people enjoy your streams more for you being true to yourself. Thanks, Jamie. I appreciate that, mate. I try. It's just literally what I try and get all the team to do. Don't be fake, just be yourself. Right, okay. I'm going to my first tournament in about a month's time. It sounds amazing. I do probably worry far too much with playing the game. I hate thinking I'm getting the rules wrong. Guess what? I do it for a living.
I can't even read them, so
Joe and I, right. So there you go, right? So that you've just nailed it for me, right? Boltek says, I worry far too much with playing the game. I hate thinking I'm getting the rules wrong. Joe and I do it for a living. And we don't get them all right. There's channels 5 times the size of us and bigger that do it for a living and don't get it all right. You'll often see, I say often, I don't want to sound like it's every single game, but you'll often see on Tabletop Tactics, they'll put a little thing up, we got this wrong. The game is hard, the game is complicated, you're not going to get everything wrong. You're not going to get everything right. So don't worry about it, Boltek. It's going to happen. We all do it. What's important when you get your rules wrong and your opponent gets your rules wrong is how the pair of you behave. Right? That's what's important. If your opponent gets a rule, you know you're going to get rules wrong. Your opponent's probably going to get rules wrong. If your opponent gets a rule wrong and you go, you fucking arsehole, then guess what? You probably should feel bad if you get your rules wrong. But if your opponent gets your rules wrong, don't worry about it, mate. It doesn't have a massive difference. Or you work a way as to how you can solve the problem of the wrong rules. It happens. Games Workshop, Stephen Rose said it, Games Workshop don't get it right in their own battle reports. They get things wrong.
Oh, that's big.
So, exactly, right? There you go. So, I just said that, did you, Stephen? Okay, well. There you go. Look at that. A few people dig these positive stories. It's amazing. And I always hate the fact, and I genuinely hate the fact, I'm not going to change it. I hate the fact that when we do positive, less people tunes in. It really annoys me, but guess what? I'm going to try and slowly grow the positive audience.
We're a grower, not a shower.
Yes. Very slow. Very slow. Anyway, I need to go, actually. I was exhausted, so I actually ended up having a nap before stream because I was so incredibly tired. We're now 20 minutes over because I was just fishing for more money, basically. No, I'm joking. I felt like it was important to say. I genuinely felt like that stuff was important to say, and I wanted to make sure you guys knew. And the second I started, 10 minutes before the end of the stream, I was like, I'm sorry, Luce, we're going to go over a bit here. But it's important. It's important. Social media, on the whole, is a lie. Sometimes what's also a lie is what's about to come out of Luce's mouth. We don't actually ever know. Sometimes it's true. Sometimes it's a flat lie. It's time for Loose Fact.
By raising your legs slowly and lying on your back, you cannot sink into quicksand.
Okay.
Life advice there, guys.
By raising your legs slowly.
If you find yourself in a pool of quicksand, you need to raise your legs slowly, lying on your back, and you will not sink.
If I'm in
So
quicksand,
there's no need to panic.
if I'm in quicksand on my back, I'm already fucked.
But
How do you get
have you
in?
raised your legs?
How do you get in quicksand
If you just
on your
lie
back?
in quicksand, then you're probably fucked. But did you raise your legs?
But how do you get to a point where you're on your back in quicksand?
Maybe
I
you
don't
were
know.
drunk, took a wrong turn.
This is one of those facts from that book where someone was like, "We needed more facts. We said we'd have 365. Just make one up. Just make
You
one
think
up.
that one's the made-up one?
Just make one up that people can't prove."
Chat. Have either of you found yourselves in quicksand, and can you confirm or deny that slowly and calmly raising your legs on your back, sinking into quicksand will mean you will not sink, you will stop?
Fatboy says, "Not gonna lie, not what I want to test." John says, "Prove it, Luce." Kai says, "I'm gonna try it." Cornet Ed says, "I'm proud of you all. You're all fucking legends." Chris says, "This has been an incredibly positive stream. Thank you everyone for sharing." Absolutely, 100%. 100%. This is where I'm trying to get these streams. I'm trying to get the viewership up for these streams without being clickbait negative nonsense. So this is where I want people to talk about them. What a great fucking stream. Go and check out the channel, blah, blah, all that kind of stuff, right? You get to become my army of minions who go and tell everybody else about the streams and how good they are, okay? You float like in water. Really?
Then you can effectively.
How do you know,
float
Canon S.
and
Marcy?
crawl out.
Have you done it?
There you
Have you
go.
done it? Anyway,
There you go.
you people have been amazing. I can't say loose or loose. I don't know. No idea. No idea.
Well,
Since we instantly disproved the last one, though,
yeah, I was a bit sad about that.
you people have been
One of my books is just too facty.
yeah,
One of them is more fun.
we need more like random facts
Yeah.
that we can't prove. You guys have been absolutely amazing tonight, as always. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on this fine Friday. And this week has been an incredible week. It's been a great week for me. I've actually really enjoyed it. It's been hard and tiring, but it's been amazing. !Twitch in the chat right now to get a link for potential hobby content over the weekend. At some point tomorrow afternoon, at some point Sunday, probably late morning, I'll be on Twitch hobbying away. I'm really looking forward to it. Come and hang out with me. Let's hobby together. Let's chat nonsense. It's Twitch. There isn't a membership goal on Twitch. There's none of that nonsense. Don't worry about that shit. That's just for YouTube. So hopefully you guys will come and hang out with us on Twitch and enjoy that as well. Next week, we will return to our normal schedule of viewing as well. A typical week next week. I don't think anything changes. So Tuesday for a live game. Wednesday for the 40k show. Thursday for the Liam and Joe show and another live game. Friday for more 40k after dark. Right? No one's ! Twitch. I'll do it. Hang on. I'll do it for you. Because I know you all want to come and hang out with me on the hobby stream. Oh my god, what have I done here? I know you all want to come and hang out with me on the... Why is it doing it in capitals? There you go. Right, click that link. Follow on Twitch. Come and hang out with us this weekend. Chuck your free Prime sub at me. All right? Anything to say, Lise?
Nope.
You people are absolutely beautiful humans, every single one of you. I'm sure you've all got lots of hobby things to be proud of. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.